Alright gang, welcome back to our Survive 25 challenge on Zielonka. It's now September. I have clearly bought something new here. So we have a, what do you call these things? I don't even remember what you call them. Subsoiler? Yeah, subsoiler. Purchased a subsoiler. It was relatively expensive. It does say it needs 150 horsepower. We have 143, but it's chopping through this no problem. It is only a 3-meter width, so not very fast, I guess, is how we're going to be going through this pretty slowly. Very similar to the drill we bought, right? The new drill we got was only 3 meters too, so it's going to take us a bit, but this is going to be extremely helpful for us. This is what we needed. We needed some kind of cultivator or something, and decided to go this path instead. A little bit deeper, so should be able to get rid of these these weeds, no problem. May still get a few that might spawn up, but we'll have to just kind of deal with them at that point. There's not really a whole lot we can do, given the circumstances. So, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. A little bit of a later start on in game time than you're used to, but yeah, not too bad. Made some decent money overnight, as you can see. I paid for this and still have $3,000 left. Granted, you know, we're a couple hours in to what we normally would be at. Time of this recording, I'm recording this on Thanksgiving, so it's going to be a couple of days, but I think in the other videos that came out, I think I did say Happy Thanksgiving and everything to you, but if not, Happy Thanksgiving to you. This one should be coming out, I think, on Saturday, I think? I might be wrong in that statement, but I think this one's coming out on Saturday. So we're getting into a groove here again of an actual schedule, per se. Saturday is just going to be kind of a randomized whatever I have done and edited of the 3 series that we're currently running. So it just be randomized. It could be, you know, it could be the same one for a couple of weeks. It might be different every single week. Who knows? But it's just going to be kind of a play it by ear situation. Whatever I have accomplished and done for that day. But this is working really well. This is nice. This is really good. It's better than I was expecting it to be. Let's put it that way. Not a huge field that we have here, so it's not that big of a deal. Kind of like what I said about with the drill, right? It's not a big deal that it's only 3 meters. It does take a little bit longer for us to do it, but I mean, the other drill, the direct drill we had was, I think, 4. Now, granted, we're having to do it twice, right? Because we have to do this, and then we have to do the direct drill, and then the fertilizing too. But it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like we're going to be doing it that often. We only have 1 field at current. Gotta figure out something to do with all that honey. I do want to get rid of the honey spot that we put down because it was just kind of, you know, not really where I wanted it to be. I was just trying to select it, and in that process, it accidentally set it down where it is now. I don't really like where it is. I want to move it, and I think the more that I see this and the more issues that I'm having running into that on that corner there, I want to remove the placeable there for where they spawn at, which means we will lose a little bit of money in the process, but I'm okay with that. Now that we kind of have our greenhouses set up in a way that actually makes us money every hour, I'm okay with losing a little bit of money right now. It's not gonna like be anything crazy because it's not that expensive for bees, but it'll be 1,000-ish, probably about 1,500, something like that, maybe a little bit more, somewhere around there though, that we're going to lose in this process. But that's okay. I'm okay with it. Right now, we can't even pick up those pallets of honey. I actually expected to be able to pick those up by hand, and that's not the case. So, until there's some kind of mod that's released for, you know, pallets, where I can pick up pallets or something, then maybe I turn on that, or we have enough money to put on a front loader, which I don't even know if this thing can have a front loader. I forget. But if it can't, then we'll have to, you know, obviously buy another tractor or something else we can utilize, a forklift, something, to pick up these pallets so we can sell them, and we're going to have to put them in some kind of a trailer. The trailer we have, I don't think we could actually get the pallets in there. It's pretty high up, and we might have to go modify that trailer to be a bale trailer, and then we probably could do it, but you get what I mean. It's not like it's going to be a an easy thing for us to get rid of this stuff. It's going to be a bit. So considering that, that's why I'm kind of okay with selling the honeybees and moving them elsewhere, somewhere closer to the field here, so we can try to get a little bit of a bonus yield depending on what we put in the ground, right? It's not going to be a game-breaking amount of extra yield, but it will help us a little bit. It does increase the yield for canola, I know specifically. I'm not sure what other crops besides canola, but I do know canola is definitely one of those. And canola is a good crop to put in here. The biggest problem with canola is that it takes a long time before it's ready to harvest. But otherwise, it's a good crop to put in here. It makes a decent amount of money. We're nearing the 2,000 subscriber mark, which is insane to me. Thank you all so much for those of you that have been around for forever, and those of you that are new, thank you very much. If you have been watching the videos and have yet to subscribe, go ahead and hit that button, man. Help me get to 2,000. I'd appreciate it. So I was looking into, and I'm admittedly I'm not as good about doing the social media stuff for the channel here, and maybe I should be getting a little bit better at it. But nevertheless, I was looking into the partner program for Giants here for Farming Simulator, and you need at least 3,000 YouTube subscribers or a total of a certain amount of points. Basically, they give you points based on what it is, right? And YouTube subscribers give you the most points. But you have to have at least 3,000 if you don't have anything else. So I've got some subscribers on the Discord, I guess, but that's not really considered in their social media platforms. So I guess I need to put a bit of effort into doing Twitter, X, whatever they call it now, or Instagram or something else. I guess I need to put a little bit of an effort into that to see if we can get enough to try to be a part of that partner program. Obviously, the game's out now, so there won't be a whole lot, but maybe some of the DLC stuff that's coming out, maybe potentially I'll get a little bit of an early access that I can share with you. Who knows? But got to get there first. A long story short, if you're not subscribed and you're watching this, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get there. It'd be awesome to have a little bit of early access to whatever it is, images, whatever it may be, whatever they decide to give up to those of us on that program. I say those of us on the program like I'm already on it. I'm not. But I'd like to be. Just not quite there yet. Not quite enough people following yet. So this is actually going pretty quickly here. It's I mean, there's still a lot to do, but it's really not that bad. I don't feel like this is like, taking too long. I don't feel like it's unrealistic either. What I mean by that is I don't feel like it's going too fast either. I feel like it's about the right amount of speed and the right amount of time to get this done. Now, what are we going to put in here? I haven't really decided that yet. It's September. Probably should put sorghum in, honestly. That way, sorghum is ready to harvest somewhere in the January month, right? Quick harvesting, or quick growing crop there. In December, January is the best month for a lot of stuff, right? So we could make a little bit of extra money if we go that path. So probably what we'll do, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. But it's probably going to be sorghum, if the drill allows me to do sorghum. Remember, they changed some of the way the drills are set up. Soybeans are no longer in the seeders. They're now in the planters. So now, one other thing I'd like to see come out in some of these mods here soon is a cultivator that is, you can create a field with a cultivator. I really don't love utilizing plows for creating fields. And not all of them allow you to do it, but I really don't love it. If there is one, I want it to be kind of like this subsoiler here, right? I don't really, in the diagonal plows, I don't know I don't know what it is, but I don't really like those. I prefer this type for no specific reason whatsoever. It's just what I prefer. So I'm kind of waiting for one of those to come out. I'm hoping one comes out soon. There have been some more mods that have come out in the last couple of days here. I've installed a few of them, but not all of them. One of them we may attempt to try to put down today if we can get there. As far as money goes, it really just depends on the greenhouses, right? How long it takes us to get there from the greenhouses. But there's kind of like an open air covering. It's not really a shed, just like a covering. I'd like to get that so we can put some of our equipment under it. I think it's around $4-ish grand, something like that. So we'll take a look at it here in a second, but even if we do decide to put it down, we're not going to be able to put it down for a little while, at least not for another hour or two. Probably 3 hours, honestly. Which we don't really have 3 hours of work to do here on this episode, I don't think. I mean, the drilling here is going to take a while, and then everything. But that's really what we have to do today. Is we just got to finish doing this subsoiling or cultivating or plowing or whatever you want to call it, and then drill the field, and then put the fertilizer down. And that's really the main things we need to accomplish today. We can do some contracts potentially, sure, absolutely. But I don't necessarily know if we're going to need to. I think the episode might be up there as far as time goes before we even have to consider doing that, on camera at least. Certainly I've been doing some off camera here and there. Obviously in the last episode there was a ton that was done because we reworked the whole entire greenhouse thing, but I'm actually, well, I guess I kind of started this. The episode should be released in the middle of me recording this one. So I don't really know your input or thoughts on it. The modification we made back there to the greenhouse section, so but hopefully you think it was the right approach. I truly do. I mean, I'm already seeing the fruits of it. So let's carry on here. Let's see if we can get this all cut up here. Just do a little bit of a jump cut here. Nothing major. I'll just edit this portion out. Alright, we are all done here, gang. I was just touching up that little area right there. There was a tiny bit that I missed, but it's all done. Taken care of. So we can go jump straight into the drill here and get going on that field. We're going to have to load up the seed in it, but otherwise we can get going right at it. Definitely need some kind of cover or shed of something to try to clean this area up a little bit, but like I said, money is not really where we need it to be at just yet. Alright, so let's load this thing up here with some seeds. Kind of what I figured. I kind of figured there was going to be still some sitting there. Let's see. Wheat, barley, oat, canola. That's pretty much it. Everything else, the harvesting for it is way too expensive. So there's no sorghum in here, so sorghum has been moved out as well. So I guess it's going to have to be oat. Oat is the fastest thing in this thing to grow, with the exception, I guess, of grass, right? Actually, as a matter of fact, I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't know how fast peas and spinach grow. I have no clue. I don't think... Now that I say that, I want to look real quick. I don't think we can do spinach with the harvester. No. Canola, soybean, sorghum, and then long grain rice. Yeah. So it's gonna be oat, gang. We're putting oat in. Oat is the fastest thing in here, so we're gonna do it. Still might not be fast enough, but it should work. And we are underway. I utilized this, well, I don't know if it's the exact, I mean, it looks the same. I don't know if it's the exact same one, but I utilized this one there to the tail end of FS25 with the 100 horsepower challenge. Because this thing did not require that much horsepower, so I utilized it for a little while. Wasn't bad. It was a nice little addition to that 100 horsepower challenge for sure. I'm gonna try to not even go around the headlands here. There's enough space, I feel like, on this map and in these fields that I don't even necessarily need to worry about the headland passes, with the exception of maybe a couple of trees and signs in the way. I think for the most part we can just do our traditional up and down, so that's what I'm going to do here. It's what I ended up starting to kind of do when we were doing the plowing as well, right? Or the subsoiling, right? Almost ready to hit 1 o'clock here, so we should gain another, it's like $400 or $500, something like that. I forget how much it exactly is, but it's a decent amount of money every hour. Probably need to put some water, I think, in the greenhouses. Well, actually, I don't know that for sure, but I would assume that they're going to need some water. The mushrooms, I do know, they churn through that water pretty quickly, and that's why they're able to produce so much. So we'll probably have to take a look at that today, too, and try to top those off, too. We're going to move the bees, like I said. I might just sell them all together for right now. I don't know yet. What I mean by sell them all together, sell that and sell the spawn point. I might just sell everything and bring the bees back in a couple episodes or a future episode, whatever. Because it's really not... It's in the way. It needs to be moved. It's not where I want it to be at all. But we'll see. I don't think bees do a whole lot for oats. I'm not positive on that statement, but I don't think it does. So, we really need to get a silo too. But as we move along here, we should be able to start, putting money towards things like that. We definitely need to buy some more greenhouses for sure, and we've got to start working on towards that production, which is one of the goals, right? One of our goals is we got to get a production to utilize for these greenhouses, but it's going to be a while before we get that too. We really need to get some more things established here on the farm before we get to that point. And one of those is a silo and more greenhouses for sure. Because if we're going to continue to harvest this field, which we've got everything to do it now, we really need a silo to kind of keep all of this crop, so we're not selling it most of the time, half the year, at really bad prices, right? But we'll carry on here, gang. Let's get this field all taken care of, and yeah, we'll see where we're at. We'll see how long it takes us to finish up drilling this field. All right, the field's all drilled up. We just got to do the first application of fertilizer on it, and this will be taken care of, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead. We got 4,000, but I think it might be a little bit more with that after we, factor in any kind of land manipulation that may need to occur, right? So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do now, because I'm not really sure where I want to put it yet. I want to kind of plan this out a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do now really quick here is we're going to go up in here and we're going to sell this guy. Okay, so we lost about $1,500 from that, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. Yep, so about $1,500 is what we ended up losing. So not too bad. We've got 3 pallets there that are a mess. We're going to have to clean up, but otherwise, that's all right. So the shed I was looking at, I thought it was... Oh, maybe I was wrong on the price. Here it is. This is the one. It's huge. Okay, this isn't going to work then. I thought it was smaller than this. Yeah, this is going to take up way too much land and too much room. And obviously we don't have enough money. There's certain areas evidently we could potentially put it, but most of it's not enough money. So we don't have enough money yet anyway, but that's the one I was looking at. We could always go with the smaller one here, but I was trying to change it up from the other, different series, right? And put something else down, but yeah, I'll have to kind of look at it a little bit closer, and maybe we can find somewhere for it, but it's so big, I just don't necessarily know if I want to take up that much space in this land that we have here. So let me think about it some more. Let's do a quick save here, and let's get into the fertilizer spreader. Alright, just a few little small passes here, and this will be all taken care of. First application of fertilizer will be accomplished, I should say. Not bad. That didn't take too long. A little bit longer, I guess, than what we're used to with the old drill, the original drill we started with, but it wasn't that big of a change. So it wasn't too bad. One more quick pass and maybe a tiny little splash after that, and we're done. Now we've got $5,634 right now. May speed time up just slightly to get to 1,500. Might get us close to, if it's not there, it'll get close to $6,000. I still don't know if that's going to be enough to put down a shed of any sort, but I really wanted to do that one. But when we looked at it, it seems too big for me. I don't know. I don't think that's going to work like I had wanted it to, I guess. So I guess I'm going to have to figure out something else, or we're going to have to utilize the same red barn style of sheds that we're utilizing in both the other series, really. I don't necessarily know if I want to do that, though. I kind of wanted to, do something different on this one, like I mentioned, but I'm going to have to kind of think about it, I think. Certainly not going to have enough to put down another greenhouse, unfortunately. We're going to have to wait probably until that field's ready to harvest, but I mean, there's no other shed in here that we can technically afford right now. The only other thing we could attempt, I don't even think we're going to be able to, because it's 20 grand in it. Yeah, it's 20 grand. So we can't even put down a silo right now either. So, if we can't find somewhere to make this work, and it's just because it's too big, I mean, you could do it here, maybe. Maybe I should do it down here by the field. I also had an idea, kind of, potentially to get a plow and make another small field here, but I don't really know if that's the way to go here or not. I'm thinking about putting it kind of in this area here. Overlaps with another object. What's it overlapping with? There's nothing there. You know what? Let's put it here. I mean, if it's... We'll go with there. Hopefully it didn't cause any kind of major mayhem here to the ground. Might have to do a tiny bit of work around here, but no, it looks like it did alright. Looks like it did okay. We don't have a ton of money here, but let's see if we can... There's anything to clean up here. It doesn't really look like there's a whole lot. It really doesn't look like it was that bad. Maybe a little bit, but... Yeah, I think it's good enough. It's good enough. I didn't realize that this was here on this end, though. I think I would rather have that down here. Huh. Well, I guess it'll still work. Yeah, it's not perfect down here. Obviously, there's a little bit more of a drop here. That's not terrible, I guess, but it's not good either. It'll work. It'll work. So let's put this stuff away, huh? We'll just run right into it. Go ahead there, Z. Good job, buddy. What a dummy. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of back this in this way. Okay. It's not even allowing me to put anything through here. It's like an invisible wall. Look. What? What? It lets me go here, but if I try to go any way to the side, it's an invisible wall. What? So if I do that, I'm gonna try something here. Based off of that, it doesn't. To me, I don't think it's going to work, but. Let's go. We're going through here perfectly. So what is that? What the hell is that? Why is there an invisible wall there for the harvester? That's some kind of glitch or something. That's weird. Well, they're going to have to fix that. This side over here is not really good. It needs a lot of work. You see how much that just jumped up there? It's going to need a lot of work to fix that up, but... We can work on that as we gain some more money here. We just obviously gained a little bit more there because it flipped over to 1,500. But we're finally cleaning up the area here. It's not just me just sitting stuff in the ground anymore. We still have to get some kind of a house of some sort or something to live in. Lately, I've been sleeping inside of the greenhouse. Not really the safest thing to do. Not the mushroom greenhouse. Obviously, I can't really sleep inside there. I'd be in bad shape if I did that, but we can at least sleep under this now, but it's still not perfect. I really don't necessarily want to sleep under this. Look at this. Look. What in the absolute world is happening here? Look at this. What is that? What is this? This mod should not have come out. This mod should not have been released yet. It has a lot of issues. It has a lot of issues. We're still going to try to get through it, but man, this is not really what I was expecting when I put this down. I didn't test it or anything, obviously. If I would have tested it, I probably wouldn't have put it down. That one does it too. Look. There's like some invisible wall here. That is bizarre. Well, as long as we can, you know, figure out ways to get through it. I mean, I'll figure it out, but there's plenty of room for equipment in there, so I guess that's a good thing, right? Now, this doesn't necessarily need to go under there, but since we have so much room, I'm going to do it. We're hitting invisible walls again. They better come out with some kind of patch for this immediately, because that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Just simply put, that cannot happen. You should not be allowing that to be released. All right, let's fill up these greenhouses here. Top them off. Might need to flood this. Let me go ahead and flood it really quick. Yep, going to, because we're out of water. That is so bizarre. So bizarre. For now, our little makeshift water puddle there, it's going to stay there for now. It might move eventually, now that we have a better idea and a better setup here for our greenhouses. That probably will end up moving, I'm sure. But the nice thing is I can just keep on driving this thing. It's just going to keep on unloading. It's a nice thing. I don't have to sit there and hit, you know, right bumper Y every time I want to do that. But all right, well, we're gonna leave the episode there, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. This open air covering, not really a shed, just kind of a covering, is not the best, obviously, mod. It needs some work here, but we'll make it work. We'll make do with it, and we've got cover for our machines now, so that's all good. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button. There are more videos in the corners for you. And until next time, I'll see each and every single one of you in the next episode.